כבוד אדוני עלי נגלה, חדותי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה, חדותי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה, בואי ושלום עטרת בלגה בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לי 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 During the COVID-19 pandemic, it has become our tradition to honor essential workers, the angels in our midst. We see these people as angels and lights, the fire that guides us in dark times. Before we honor them with Shalom Alechem, let us light the Shabbat candles this evening. Please join me on page 120. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. Please join me on page 142 as we prepare to honor the essential workers in our community. Our nurses, Marie Delaparte, Christina Dubois, Teresa Eggers, Teresa Esposito, Lindsay Miller, Jay Montier, Cindy Pomerantz, Joni Sivago, Lucinda Siegel, Christina Snell, Amy Staley, Ashley Wallace, Ben Wilder, Elisa Williams. These doctors, Linda Brandon, Amy Kagula, Joe Cohen, Shani David, Elliot Dresnick, Lee Gerson Friedman, Nicholas Friedman, Stephen Grossman, Elan Haley, Jan Hoyt, Roger Husted, Stephen Kaplan, Howard Leifer, Liz Levine, Aaron Daniel Levitt, Al Levitt, Noah Alexander Levitt, Richard Levy, Matthew Lorty, Hannah Mittenberg, Wendy Parrish, Stephen Schwartz, Andrew Yanofsky, Martin Krakauer, Jonathan Sumber. These healthcare workers in our community, Yisrael Aga, Dara Clausen, Bar Levi Romer, Catherine Monsky, Joseph Schwendeman, Amy Skorka, Maureen Terranova, Jaron Widom. Our first responders, firefighters, and law enforcement professionals, Ryan Coletti, Mark Donchek, Steve Fleischer, Don Hughes, Karen Leader, Abe Markowitz, Anthony Schleuderer, Russell Seymour, Kahana Skolnick. These educational professionals, Sandy Albeli, Cindy Binney, Kara Levine Brenner, Carolyn Cernitsky, Lauren DePola, Molly Levine Hunt, Jim Hunt, Tammy Logan, Joanne Miller, Tracy Pollock, Cameron Robb, Lauren Rose, Erin Swan, Sue Worthman, Karen Zrake, Brecht Zuckerman. These social workers and mental health professionals, Andrew Binney, Charlie DeGeorge, Anastasia Duvalionetti, Janalee Fish, Dara Heinlein, Deb Jones, Stephen Kahn, Lauren Petties, Julie Stein-Mikowski, Sherry Tesler. These grocery staff personnel, Jim Smith, Mike Becker, Matthew Wilder. These technicians, mechanics, and maintenance professionals, Mike Brewer, Brian Lestrange, transportation professional, Danny Miller. Shalom Aleichem, 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharit, Malachi Elyonim, Melech Malchi Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Bochem L'Shalom, Malchei HaShalom, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu L'Shalom, Malchei HaShalom, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzidchem L'Shalom, Malchei HaShalom, Malchei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Please join me in turning to 146 as we face Jerusalem and call one another into formal worship.
Yai lai 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 baruch hu et Adonai ai hamevorach lai 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 baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam va'ed lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 lai
148.
Yai lai 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 dai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bifaro ma'ariv haravim ma'ariv haravim bechokma poteach she'arim ובתבונה משנה עצים ומחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיכם ברקיע כרצונו לי 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 וחושך מפני אור ומאוויר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 יאי לי לי יאי לי 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 לי
149. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand, uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my sister, my brother, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv haravim. Our Shema is flanked by prayers of love, of ahava. First, of love that we receive, unconditional, from the source, ahavat olam. And then after, the love that we share, ve'ahavta. Please join me, 150.
בשוך בינו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נקי יומן ולילה נקי יומן ולילה ואהבת אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל אוהב עמו ישראל
152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Olam Vaed. 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 Lai 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 lai.
154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Page 158. Sing the song of people joining in understanding and respect, the song of Hashchina's miracles and earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generation to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of a peace. On the facing page.
Lai 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 tehilot, osei fele, nora tehilot, osei fele. Malekutecha ra'u vanecha, okei ayam lifnei Moshe Miriam, ze'elianu ve'amru, ze'elianu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Lai 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 lai
Page 160, 161.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, Shalom. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, the Shalom. V'ha'amidenu, shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha. Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
$165. Prayer invites the source's presence to suffuse our spirits, the source's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, or mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a broken city. But prayer can water an arid soul and mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will.
Lai תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Yadalai, lai, lai, 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 yadalai, lai, lai.
Our silent Amidah will continue Belachash in a whisper through page 180.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
We now have the opportunity, the privilege to open our hearts to those in need of healing in our community. Please join me on page 371. We offer our hearts to those in need of healing in our community: David Anderson, Amanda Batista, Susan Bosch, Jenny Bryant, Audrey Cohen, Barbara Cohen, Phoebe Cohen, Robert Cohen, Adele Corvin, Tyler Corvin, Louis Costello, Bob Davis, John Gauthier, Joy Gross, Anna Hernandez, Darren Jacobs, Judy Jacobs, Jacob Kerr, Seth Kerr, Andrea Klein, Mary Jane Klein, Lou Klein, Paula Markovitz, Reverend Michelle Meach, Joe Michaels, Howard Pellet, Stephanie Piusco, Carla Friedman, Ellie Eidelwitz, Tony Rosenstein, Robin Stone, John Valenti, Ellen Vogelov, George Wells, Ben Wilder, Phyllis Volfield, Gretchen Zimmerman. We offer our prayers for continued healing to Todd Al Bailey, Tommy Anderson, Bonnie Amantro, Jan Bennett, Joe Callie, Michael Corvin, Vanessa Durant, Steve Fine, Cheryl Fitzsimmons, Barbara Gallagher, Francine Glasser, Mark Greenberg, Marcia Hamburg, Valerie Henderson, George Jones, Danny Joseph, Anita Cantor, Heather Kite, Jill Levy Corley, Charles Lipman, Naomi Laurie, David Mallon, Joanne Moore, Anne Murkoff, Catherine Nicholson, Navia Newsy, Orly Batsvia Vichaya, Steve Perlmutter, Antoinette Phelan, Lillian Rich Schuster, Dave Rosenthal, Evelyn Rosenthal, Kyle Rothgeb, Barbara Salberg, Henry Sanderson, Shirley Schneider, Deborah Sears, Philip Searles, Sloan Shortley, Michelle Simon, Charles Slutsky, Elaine Trott, Mark Trott, Sandy Miner, Karen Wilder, Mac Williams, the Livingston House staff and residents. Page 371.
שבירך אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב. מי שבירך אמותינו, שרה רבקה, לאה ורחל. May the one who blessed our mothers our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Bless us with a vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us faith, show us the way. Mi sheberach avotinu, mi sheberach imotinu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
Shabbat Shalom. Finally, spring is truly upon us as we make the final preparations for our Passover Seders this weekend. This change of the winter season to spring is one of my favorites. And as I wrote this today, as I made the most of my warm, sunny day, I sat with all of the windows open. The wind was whirring fiercely inside and out, all throughout my home, as if to shake clean any concealed chametz that is hiding in corners forgotten or maybe ignored. With the arrival of Passover, along with this warmer weather and longer days, we are asked to clean out the chametz in our homes. This evening, the evening before Passover, a formal search for chametz is held. Chametz is any food that is made of grain and water that is allowed to rise. I will share the traditions of this chametz hunt called Bedikat Chametz. The evening before the 14th of Nisan, a formal chametz search is held throughout the house, guided by candlelight, using a feather, wooden spoon, and a paper bag for collecting all chametz. According to the Kabbalah, 10 pieces of bread at least are to be placed throughout the home, giving one who searches something to find. Before beginning the search, a blessing is recited. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al be'ur chometz. So thanking Chashchina for commanding us to remove the chametz from our home, as one searches throughout their home, high and low, down to the corners, and the baseboards, there should be no discussion other than that pertaining to the search for chametz. After the search, we apologize or nullify any of the chametz we have overlooked and store what we have gathered to be burnt the following morning, tomorrow morning. The morning of Passover, tomorrow morning, the chametz is burned and blessed. Something that struck with me while I was reviewing these traditions is how we conduct ourselves during this ritual. It's very similar to the way we conduct ourselves while caring for those who have passed away in our community. While performing the mitzvah of shmirah, the guarding or sitting with the body before burial, and the mitzvah of tahara, the ritual of bathing and blessing the body before burial, discussion is kept to a minimum and never about anything other than that task at hand. You also apologize for any errors you may have made, which, as a human being and recovering perfectionist, I am always grateful for. This practice, this tradition of clearing chametz from your home goes hand in hand with spring cleaning, which I have been so pulled to do this week. I will be honest with you. It has been hard for me to sit down to get my thoughts on paper this week. But I am grateful that it has been easy to see the plentiful ways my Judaism resonates within my world. I also had Rabbi's question from last week percolating. Her question of, in what way do I practice my Judaism every day? Fueled by the arrival of warmer days, I've been gathering some motivation from decluttering and minimalist pages on social media, I have to admit, and finding even more inspiration from my Judaism. I am excited and looking forward to directing some time to letting go of those things that no longer serve me, chametz and all. Creating a bit more space, both physically, mentally, also spiritually, for the things I truly need and the things I truly want. Of course, we are fortunate that our Judaism asks that we reflect today, indulge in Shabbat, go a little deeper. Similar to spring cleaning, seeking out chametz is a special, once-a-year thing, happening, once-a-year happening, and it's not your everyday tidy up. We all do our best to keep our environments clean day to day, but there often seems to be those lingering spaces we avoid or put off. As we are all individuals, this is unique for everyone, which makes it more fun to me. For me, a junk drawer and a very inefficient operating closet, an efficiently operating closet comes to mind. Maybe for you, it's your trunk, a corner of your garage, or a pile of paper, or piles of paper, or I'll let you think of a few examples. And I also have many, many, many unmatched socks. It's a confession I will make. As we reflect on and relate to the tradition of clearing chametz, I invite you to apply the same principles beyond your physical environment. To look internally, holding a candle, to the corners of your heart, to the baseboards of your mind. Where are the spaces in yourself where you wish to renew, to clean out, to let go of? How can you put these wishes into actions with intention that matters to you? What are the things, not only items, but what ideas, notions, false impressions or expectations, habits, or prejudices that we can turn to ash along with our chametz as we move into our Passover seders this weekend. While dusting off our chagadas and our seder plates, and while thinking of hiding places for the afikomen that will top last year, I send you courage, Congregation Emmanuel. Courage to unbox those areas, to uncover what we may for self-preservation, push to the side other times of the year. Courage to reach out to one another because this is not easy. Although spring brings warm days, it also brings wind and rain. Please have courage to lean on your community. We are here. While we listen and engage in the story of our freedom from bondage, how can we celebrate and honor that freedom more fully in our own lives? How is it that we can let go of the weights that are holding ourselves and those in our community and beyond down? I do know we have the 4 questions coming up, but it never hurts to add a few more. Please join me on page 587, facing Jerusalem, as we pray the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא שם חלקנו לייחד את שמו, וגור עלינו להמליך מלכותו. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We have come to the time for announcements in our service this evening. A reminder, there will be no morning service tomorrow in observance of Passover. Join Rabbi Yael this Sunday, March 28th, in the outdoors for a beautiful, scenic hike, gentle hike and study along the Hudson River Brickyard Trail. Gather at the Kingston Point Beach parking lot by 10:45 to leave as a group. As Pikuach Nefesh continues to be our most guiding value, all attendees are required to practice social distancing within their pod and wear a mask. If you are unable to join us on the hike, visit our Facebook page where we will be live streaming the study. I will be there as well. I hope to see you. Next week's classes with Rabbi Yael resume as usual. Friday, April 2nd, Yizkor service as a virtual minyan begins at 5:30 p.m. Join your community to recite Yizkor together and remember your past loved ones. Family Kabbalat service follows Friday, April 2nd at 6 p.m. Please mark your calendar for Yom HaShoah, the Holocaust Remembrance, that will be held Saturday, April 10th at 7:30 p.m. This will be a very special presentation of interviews and prayers and song. From all of Congregation Emmanuel of the Hudson Valley, we wish you a Chag Sameach and hope, however you celebrate the first night of Passover, that you have a sweet Pesach. Amen. Please join me on page 581 as we reflect and prepare to say the Chatzi Kaddish. I used to be part of you, belong to you, the extension of your being, but now you live within me, are the spark of my consciousness. I say Kaddish for you, with you as you. Sing your melodies, speak your words, hearing your voice in mine, and my eyes, too green, have somehow started to reflect the blue of yours. I used to be part of you, protected by your presence, by your light, but now this time is mine, and alone I must be more than myself. Your child has become your heir, has become you. As we prepare to recite Mourner's Kaddish on page 598, we take an opportunity to recognize all of our families who are in their Shana, their year of mourning. We are with Anita Cantor and family. We are with Tracy Pollock and family on the loss of Ruth Levy. We are with Fonda Rothblatt and Fleischer and Weissman families on the loss of Edna Weissman. We are with David Hirsch on the loss of Anne Hershkovitz, with Pam Atkins and Russell Karasik, on the loss of Ruth Atkins and Kenneth Atkins. We are with Kara, Max, Zoe, and Jeff Greenberg on their loss of Ellen Aronson. We are with Farrell Brenner and Cara Levine Brenner on their loss of Matthew First. We are with Richard and Barbara Moskowitz on the loss of Eve Bonnie Moskowitz-Pardo. We are with Karen Leader and John Roth on the loss of Dustin Leader. And with the Cameron, Rob, and Elise Simon family on the loss of Michael Stewart Simon and Richard Robb. May their memories be for a blessing. We hold to all other names who are in their year of mourning. Zichronam levarcha, may their memory be for a blessing. So too do we weave in the memory of loved ones of our community who have died in this season, in years past. Our hearts join with yours in remembering Mildred Christiana, remembered by Linda Sumber. Michael Cernitsky, remembered by Carolyn Cernitsky. Florence Epstein, remembered by Estelle Nadler. William Avigkeit, remembered by Barbara Ronder. Max Krasnoff, Alfred Mermelstein, remembered by Susan Mermelstein. Dr. Stephen Mitzner, remembered by Jane Mintzner Hoffman. Jeremy Nadler, remembered by Estelle and Errol Nadler. Dorothy Raymond, remembered by Susan Bosch. Sydney Rosenthal, remembered by Dave Rosenthal. Hannah Ruthberg, Bibi Shapiro, remembered by Judith Golub. Henry Simon, remembered by Paula Markovitz. Max Vattel, Miriam Wolf, Herbert Wolf, remembered by Felice M. Gasul. Zichronam Livracha, please join me. 598 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkada v'yitkadash shemei rabba be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvisman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mivarach le'olam ulalmei almaya Yitvarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yithale v'yithalal shmei d'kudesha baruch hu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol b'nei Adam v'imru amen. As we look forward to Passover, join me on page 666. The bottom of the page.
Lashana Haba'a, Lashana Haba'a, Lashana Haba'a, Yerushalayim. Lashana Haba'a, Lashana Haba'a, Lashana Haba'a, Yerushalayim. Lashana Haba'a. Lishana Haba'a, Lishana Haba'a b'Yerushalayim. Lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai.
Join me for a short kiddush.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom.
Page 122.
Vayhi Erev, vayhi boker yom hashishi, vaychulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzva'am, vaychal Elohim bayom hashvi'i, melachto asher asa, vayishpot bayom hashvi'i, mekom melachto asher asa, vayvarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i, vaykadesh oto ki vo Shabbat. Shabbat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim lasot. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen.
L'chaim.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to the source for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat shalom. Chag sameach.